watching this video, I feel bad for you because you are probably you've probably been compromised in your AWS account. So it happened to me this summer, and I'm just going to kind of walk through some of the things I did to find out where the issue was, contact support, and things like that. Um, so the first thing is I got this from, and I use the free tier, and I basically have had this account forever, and I never do anything with it. Very a long time ago, maybe played with it, but it just sits there. So you can see on July 4th, I got this email from alerts. Amazon said, hey, your free tier, your budget is exceeding 85% of usage. I don't even remember at the time if I have a limit, or maybe this is just AWS's default limit. But either way, I don't use it. So this should have been very alarming. I think I missed the email. I said, oh, I'll look at it later. I didn't think much of it, and I should have, because you can see this was on July 4th, and then a couple of days later, on July 9th, I got this one. Hey, there's a problem with your payment. We were unable to charge your credit card, blah, 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 for the services. Now, really, what happened here is I had an old credit card, luckily. So they went to charge my credit card for $23,000, 527 cents, and it bonked because I had an old credit card there. So it's saying, hey, you got to deal with this, and that totally freaked me out. So that's kind of the start. If you see the free tier email, definitely do not ignore it. So I'm going to go ahead and log in and kind of show you, what I did to kind of clean things up, as I also had a support ticket open too. That's kind of key. All right, so I'm logged in to my account here. I've changed my cursor color for some reason. I'm at the billing dashboard, okay, and you'll notice, it says $8,000. You can kind of see, hopefully you know how to get here first of all. But just type in billing; it'll take you. It's also on the top right, one of the drop downs. This happened a few months ago, so it's saying, hey, it's trying to take last month's forecast and so forth. You can click in the middle to your bill, and basically the first thing you want to do is you want to see what services are being charged. You can see, this is my current, this is like in July period, it's only like 29 cents. And you might say, hey, that's cool, but let's look at the charges by the service. You can see here that 29 cents, it comes on some EC2 instance or something, right? Now remember, the compromise, whatever happened, I got alerted in the beginning of July, so it was in June. So we're just kind of looking like, this is what it normally looks like, just $0 everywhere. But you want to go in here in that charge by service and start to see where the services are, which ones are being charged. So if I go to June, that's going to look a lot different, right? First of all, $23,000 charged that month. Now when I go down to the services, you can see, boom, 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 $17 for CloudWatch, and bam, $23,000 on SageMaker. What the heck is that, right? So now at this point, I at least know which services I need to look at, because there's like hundreds of services in AWS. So, besides EC2 instances and EBS, I didn't know where to go. So I didn't know anything about SageMaker at the time. So go up to the services, click on Amazon SageMaker. And I had already cleaned this up, but what you want to do at this point is you want to get into that service, and you want to just go through every piece of that service and see where there are connections, endpoints, whatever it might be. So I'm here in SageMaker, and what I basically had to do is I just started going all the way down into the notebooks, the process, all these different pieces, and see if there was any kind of instance, any kind of endpoint, whatever. And if there was, I deleted them. I got rid of them, right? You can see these have stopped, so that's okay. So there was some sort of jobs being processed. It goes on and on. Now, I've already cleaned this up, and unfortunately, I didn't record it when I did it. I think it was on the endpoints. There is where there was like thousands, and they were all over Asia. I can't remember exactly, but that was the first thing to do. You got to kind of identify, I should say this. The first thing you do is open up a support ticket. But that was kind of tricky. I wasn't getting a lot of responses. So the next thing to do is just start going through these services. So I already know that SageMaker is where all this is the service that's being charged. EC2 is an easy one. I wanted to look at that. You should also go look at your security groups and change your password and do all that stuff because clearly you're compromised.